We're just gonna jump right into it. I'm here with Mooreshots. Great guy, part of November Black. If you've ever heard of them, please. I'm gonna start putting their links. Let me see if I can start. Well, I'll fix the links in at the end, and that way everybody can have a look at what they're making. And like, I'm telling y'all, if you can watch the ODST fan film that they made, oh man, it is incredible. Let me tell you, I love it. I genuinely love it. So let me just go ahead and get started, and we'll bring more in. Cool. Everybody, this is more shots. Uh,
Hi. I don't know if I'm on video or not,
yeah,
but
you're you're on video at the moment. Yeah, we got a full screen for you, brother.
cool.
Um, if you'd like to, you could take a moment and kind of introduce yourself and tell people about you, what you do.
All right. Well, my name's Anthony Moore, and I go by More Shots on social media. Um, the thing that I do, a little bit of everything, I guess. My big one is toy photography. So if people who don't follow me, I got a bunch of these little Halo figures, like McFarlane, Jazzwares, you name it. I've probably got a bunch of them, and I make them look cool or make them look real, whatever. And then recently, I'm starting to get into cosplaying, which you see right here, and then my little stuff right there, and what I'm wearing right here, which is I'm kind of working on a insurrectionist look for cosplaying, like the UNSC and the Insurrectionist War before the Covenant, which is stuff that's talked about but not really dived into. And for those who really don't know, I'm also the social media marketing manager for November Black Productions, which we are working on a bunch of small projects, but we did film a live action ODST short film, and I played as the antagonist. So I think that's good introduction on that.
That's awesome, man. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, man. I like I said, I showed a couple buddies of mine at work the film, and they love it. They're like, oh my god, dude! Like because they really like that. It's a step away from the Spartans. You know what I mean? Because you look at like the ODSTs, you look, and they're like they've played Halo maybe like enough to know who the ODSTs are. You know what I mean? Like they don't
Yeah.
play it as much as I do, but when they were like, oh my god, this is so sick, they love it. They was like all the little action shots and stuff like that. I guess what with the crew, like what was like the inspiration, like do you know the inspiration behind November Black and like why you all mainly focused more so what was like let's focus on ODSTs, let's do something about like a team about them rather than a team of Spartans.
Okay. So with November Black Productions, it started in what it is. It's a production company. So as you can see, Vulture Productions and Offer 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Offer 3D is the founder, and then Productions and him, they're like peas in a pod. They work, everything they do together.
Okay.
And their goal is to make like video game props and bring it to life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they are trying to match Hollywood quality or even surpass it.
Okay.
So one example is those November Black suits you saw.
Mm-hmm.
They can wear that at a con. I've worn it many times before. I can run around. I've worked out in it, and it's fine.
Really.
You can do stunts. Hollywood suits probably
Mm-hmm.
can't do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're built to last. So they put a lot of work and there's a lot of engineering went into it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as for the film and why we wanted to do Halo and focus on ODST, we're all Halo nerds. My favorite Halo game, Halo Reach, which I forgot to mention earlier.
Oh, no worries.
And yeah, it's Halo Reach because we like that gritty look to it. But then I also like the atmosphere with Halo ODST, and I really
Mm-hmm.
like the ODST vibe to it. And like everyone else, ODSTs are regular people; they're just badass, while the Spartans are genetically enhanced. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people kind of lean towards it, especially if you're in the military or a veteran. We've always kind of leaned towards that. But what got us into wanting to do Halo, I mean, the TV show was not good.
Yes.
That this sums it up. Like that was like, okay, we could do better. So we did our own thing. Um, Offer 3D, he bought the Halo Encyclopedia and he dug into the Halo lore and finding stuff. How can
Mm-hmm.
we tell a story that we want to tell without hurting the lore, and we can expand on the lore? And we found a bunch of open-ended stuff that we can dive into.
Okay.
So
So
that's, oh yeah, go on.
no, you're fine. You're fine. I didn't mean to
Oh.
interrupt.
Yeah, that's what we kind of dived into with the Insurrectionists, is because it is talked about, and if you read the Fall of Reach, that's what the Spartans were originally created for, was to counter the Insurrectionists, and then the Covenant just so happened to appear. So they were originally meant as a way to take out the Insurrectionists, and leading up to all the events for that, there's so many stories that could be told that within the Halo universe without the Covenant.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And like it's always been one of those things because they've always kind of been like the unsung heroes. Like I feel like they never get enough credit for like what they do because it's like they were all like those were always like you said, they were just badass. Like there's just something about them. Like they're not genetically inherited. They're just like normal people, just like you and me, except a lot more badass. And I've just always been a big fan of them. So seeing like someone and seeing like people like rally around and being able to create something that kind of shows more, like you said, shows more of like it shows more, it like dives deeper into like the ODSTs and doing like what they do. And I absolutely loved it. And I was like, dude, I got to give credit where credit's due. And you said you all are working on some other like smaller projects.
Yes, so there's certain things that's NDA stuff, but as for Halo things, we plan on continuing our story, but we're going to change things up because we parted ways with our former director, and he's going to do his own thing, and we're going to do our stuff. So, our story will continue in some sort of way, but that is going to be announced later on. While we haven't announced it yet, but there are some things that are in the works that we're really excited to be working on. That's Halo related in live action, like stuff that we've done, just more on a smaller scale, but it will make fans happy for what we have. Like I think we found like a nice sweet spot, because one of the challenges with filming was money, resources, getting 100%. Everyone together, acting. Like it was, you name it, there was probably an issue running it.
Yeah, 100%. So like a normal day on set, like how many people would you typically have on set for like a day of shooting?
And we filmed everything in like probably like 4 days total. Like we worked. I've tracked down the filming Our main location was Haunted Hoorah in Marion, Ohio. So I was able to talk to the owner, and he allowed us to film there for free. And it was probably, let's see, everyone you saw on camera were working behind the scenes when they weren't on camera. And I was probably doing 10 different things.
Yes.
So even though I may have been the antagonist, as soon as my parts were done, I just switched over and started helping with the lights, filming behind the scenes, taking photos, helping the actors. Even the scene where the insurrections get shot, I was the cameraman for that too.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So it's like you're just like the jack of all trades, man. You can do it all.
Pretty much. Like, it just kind of happened. Yeah. Then I hyped up all the marketing. If you watched the hijacking trailer that we did, I'm the one that came up with the idea and collaborated with a ton of Halo content creators, and seriously cannot thank them enough for just being on board with that, because it was a crazy idea, and we basically orchestrated this whole thing where we made this trailer, and we just gave the trailer out to anyone who's available and who wants to post it on this one day. So on the one day, all of us, they just post regular content, and then just randomly my video pops in. Oh, and man. I start spreading anti-UNSC propaganda with little heathens of the ODST sneaking in.
I love it.
And that was, and that's a really big collaboration too with Jumperscape. Do you know about them?
Yeah, I know. I've been speaking to them back and forth too.
Yep, we are collaborating with them, and Austin and his team. Amazing. I'm huge fan of the Tarkov.
Oh yeah, they're amazing, man. I've shared a couple messages with them and talked to them. I've listened to a couple of their podcasts to get familiar with them, because I wasn't aware until they replied, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, I could dive into lore all day. Like I think it started with me watching Hidden Xperia videos, and then slowly going down the rabbit hole of finding more and more people. So like finding people that expand on the lore, I could literally just watch it for hours. Like I just love it. I love everything about it.
I know there's so much to go over. Like
Hmm.
with our group, we lean more towards the military side, and then I think Inexperia loves the Flood and the Promethean stuff, the more
Yes.
sci-fi stuff. So there's like a little bit of everything for everyone in Halo, and I don't know
Hmm.
why bigger industries don't realize that. Like you can do anything with it because it's
Hmm.
already there.
Yeah. So have you been like always kind of interested in filmmaking? Has filmmaking been like a photography, filmmaking always kind of been like a thing for you where you're like that was what you wanted to do?
Um, Honestly, as like a little kid, I always wanted to do acting,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to be realistic, ain't gonna happen. But then I got a camera and uh, a Marine. I saw an article of a Marine combat photographer,
Mm-hmm.
and he did some Star Wars photos that end up being articles written about it of him recreating these famous Marine Corps photos using clone trooper figures. And then I'm like, hey, this is pretty similar to the Believe trailer from Halo 3. And that's like one of my favorite trailers. I would watch that all the time, and I still do.
Mm-hmm.
I've analyzed that trailer to every single thing. I've even talked to the director of that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of got a camera and just got some like whatever figures I had laying around and just got into the toy photography. I
Mm-hmm.
don't even think it was a camera. No, it was my phone. Like I just started with a phone and worked my way up to a camera, and then met some cool other toy photographers. But when I started on Instagram, toy photography was relatively like new, and almost everyone was doing Star Wars or Marvel, and I chose to do Halo. I can count 5 people that did Halo, and I looked for anyone else. There's only 5 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm one of the original people, and I helped 343 kind of noticed this community and help expand on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, I mean it's definitely like I have never like because I when you told me you were into that and I was like looking at your pictures, I thought you were taking pictures of like actual people. That's like how good. By the
Uh,
way, I have a whole slideshow that all the pictures you sent me.
so you're talking about this custom that Alec Hoyde
y-
he made?
I believe
Yep.
so. Yeah, that one. I
Yep.
believe it was that
This
one. Was
this is made as a from Vulture Productions. So this is the November Black ODST figure, and I have a big project that me and him are collaborating on. So he is one of the best ones coming in custom figures. Like this is one of my favorite figures, and he went all out with this helmet. Like
mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see it, like
Oh
this
yeah, you.
removable helmet. He went all out on it, and then used Paul Rudd head
Uh-huh.
sculpt. Rest in peace.
Oh man, it looks so good, man. Like it just
Yeah, and then
yeah.
he added it too. It's magnetic,
Oh wow, so it
but
just pops right on and pops right back on, or pops off, pops right back on. Huh?
yep.
That's why.
Which going forward though, as a learning experience,
Mm-hmm.
I'm choosing to go with Velcro instead because I ran into issues with the magnets. Like as cool as it is, I want to do Velcro for what I had planned.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's been a learning experience. And I also have another one. This is based. I have a red visor
Mm-hmm.
as well, but this one's closer to my cosplay with the red visor. I just kind of put it down somewhere.
I love it.
So this one is I have like the mark right here. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
the emerald belt yet.
Yeah. The I know that because whenever you first popped your screen on, man, I was like, is that somebody standing in the background behind you? Like you got your own little bodyguard
Yeah.
behind you? I was like, oh my goodness, this is so sick. I
Oh,
love it.
I do have a mannequin, and as soon as I got the mannequin, I had him like displayed in the living room. Scared
Uh-huh.
the shit out of my wife every single time. It's
it
funny.
it looks so good, man. I love it. That's so awesome. Because yeah, I was sitting there and like it was I mean caught my eye immediately, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is somebody there. That has to be somebody.
Thank you.
No, absolutely. So let me see here. What would you say is your favorite thing about being a creator?
Uh, I'm a creative person, so what's the field that I do as a hobby? Because all of this is a hobby right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with everything I do with it, I can watch something if I get inspired, whether it's watching a movie or I see someone do something completely badass. I'm like, oh, how do they do that? I just went able to express myself with it. So, so my recent shots, I like the more darker, depressing stuff, which I think some people like because it's different,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm able to express that. One of my styles is I want to make it dark, gritty, and realism to it. Like I want these figures to look like they have emotions. So that's kind of how what I aim for, and I just get inspired by a lot of stuff, or just whatever my mood is.
Yeah, no, definitely. I love that, man. Yeah, because like you can definitely tell like how like because I literally built a whole slideshow for to show everybody on stream too to show them like all these pictures that you like made and how like detailed and how like you could tell like you love what you do when it comes to making some of these pictures like this one that's on screen right now is the one it looked like I set the time to go way too fast but it was the I believe it was the noble teams like the heads that were on the little spears and stuff like that. It looked like that
Okay,
was
yeah,
that was
that I got a history of that one.
oh yeah.
Well, one, all the snow, that's
Mm-hmm.
just flour.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I use a play art Kai that the pikes to stick their helmets on.
Uh-huh.
It was toothpicks that I put duct tape around it because I didn't have any actual poles.
Mm-hmm.
I just used some toothpicks with duct tape around it. And the reason why June's head is in there, because I know June's alive, is
Mm-hmm.
because I watched the season finale of Clone Wars, and that's what inspired me. Was that scene with Ahsoka at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And for symmetrical purposes, I added June's helmet there because it just didn't look right when I didn't have it there. I needed an extra helmet. And 90% of my comments, June's not dead. June's not dead. Why is June there? I'm like, Noble Six is dead, and yet here he is.
Everybody still thinks he's alive in a cave, man. He survived the whole thing.
I don't know.
I've always wondered because that was one of the things I remember as a kid playing Reach that I was like, wait, everybody else is dead. Where did June go? Like where? And then I ended up like getting the book and finding out I was like, oh well, he got off and he was like still alive. Like even in today, present day lore, he's still alive. He's just commanding whatever. And he's a head of this. What was it? Oh my god, I can't remember now. I can't remember. My brain. I just had a brain fog. Oh my god, help me out here.
He was in charge of creating the new generation of Spartans.
Correct. Yes.
I
Okay.
forgot what his actual job title was, but he
Yeah.
was essentially the instructor, and he's the reason why Buck became a Spartan.
Mm-hmm.
Kept trying to harass him to like, hey, fuck the ODST, be a Spartan.
Yeah. Exactly. Come on, man. We're cooler. We're cooler, man.
Yeah.
Oh lordy, yeah, no, man, it's so cool because like I'm still sitting here looking at some of the pictures, man, and it's just like the detail and like I know you said you like the like dark, depressing stuff, so like you could see the emotion you're trying to capture, and it's like you just nail it every time. It looks like the no, absolutely the so like how did you do this one here that has it looks like they were firing a rocket launcher, but it looks like they used cotton or something like that to kind of or was it
Yeah.
yeah is that what it
Well,
was?
oh, one, I can't see the photos.
Oh
I
yeah.
see your face talking. But if you're
Oh,
talking
okay.
about a rocket launcher and cotton, yes, that's practical effects.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what it is. I used a wire and then I melted a hole inside the gun so I can shove the wire in there, and I put cotton in there. And I
Mhm.
spray painted the cotton yellow
Mhm.
and a little bit of orange, and then I put dirt all over it.
Okay.
And I think for the rocket effect, if it does show a rocket on there, it's
Mhm.
just one of those little nail when you fill in the hole the nail when
Mhm.
you put the wall that fills in the wall. I forgot
Yeah.
what they're called.
Oh the oh my god. I know what you're talking about, but I can't it's on the tip of my
It
tongue.
Yeah, it looked missile like, so I just
Mhm.
shoved that in there.
Yeah, these are all really cool, man. It's so it looks so good. Like I was just like, "Oh my goodness." And so you said the snow and like it keeps circling through the pictures cuz it's going so fast on my end. Like the one where you created the snow, it was flour, you said?
Yep. I used flour, which kind of sucked by cleaning that off because like accidentally got it wet and it got stuck on everything.
Oh no. That's not
So you
good.
use next time I'm gonna use sugar because sugar reflects light.
Mhm. Oh wow.
So it's a little trick that I've learned. Sugar and salt can reflect the light, so it'll still give you that snowy effect, but
Mhm.
it'll kind of look more realistic.
Mm. Dang. Yeah, that looks really that I mean it just yeah, man, it looks really really good. The I just was like dude when I seen it I was just like man, you you got to appreciate the work and just the time, because it's like just looking at some of these, man, like I know this is not a like, oh, 5 minute, throw a filter on it, it's done. Like there is so much going on in these pictures, and I just was like, dude, these are incredible.
The way that I shoot my photos too is I like, I don't know where if it's a thing, but I try to go with 80 to 90% practical and then 10% like Photoshop and touch ups. So I try to make it as what you see is what you get. But there might be some like colored changes with Lightroom, but all my work is done in Lightroom. Mostly on my iPad or on my phone. Like for the longest time it was on my phone.
Okay.
Like for years I just did everything on my phone. I think that photo you saw was on my phone too. But I try to keep it with minimal Photoshop. I want to try to go with practical and focus on like the lighting to where I don't really have to do much in post.
Okay. Yeah, because I just they keep going through, man, and every single one of them is just like a new thing, and you can't like Photoshop couldn't create this. Like it's just you could feel like the emotion and stuff from it, and it's just really cool, and I really just admire the work, and I love giving credit where credit's due, you know.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
I know I'm like one of those people that'll get obsessed. Like if I do a gunshot effect, I'll make sure to add all the brightness around the weapon, but I'll also add a reflection on the visor too of the explosion from the muzzle flash.
I know
Like
that's
it's a little detail that no one's gonna notice, but I notice it, so I'm like, I'll just add it there.
Oh, I'm so bad about hyper analyzing everything, man. Like even like even for me, like just editing like little small pictures, man. I notice I'm just like, okay, that looks a little off, or the lighting ain't hitting that the right way. Let me move over here because this looks better. Like, no, I totally get it, and it's just like it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like you could tell you really enjoy what you do when you're doing these pictures, and all the like from everything, man. Like even some of these shots you got from the set and stuff, they look incredible.
Yeah, the cosplay stuff. Now that was a whole different ball game. I didn't expect. I kind of winged that one,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, I've done a lot of toy photography, and essentially cosplay is just like toys but bigger, adult size, and that's kind of what I did. And I just had everyone who's all dressed up. I'm like, all right, well, I want you to pose like this, and just let me grab some lights, though, right here and right here, and we'll just shoot and have fun. Or most of the time, I'll run and gun it. So if we're like outside or something, I just find like a good spot, and I'll take over and do the rest of the work. So I can shoot with almost no lights and keep it as minimal as possible, and it still will come out looking really good.
Yeah, because these low light shots look really, really good too, man. Like it just man, I can't tell you how good your work is. I mean, I'm sure you know, and I'm sure you get a lot of props for it, but man, it is just really next level. Like it's just amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Biggest key though, if you ever get into it, fog machine.
Fog machine?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh wow,
absolutely worth it.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, it's. I was like, is there something going on in the background I don't know? Like, you had the bodyguard, now you got smoke in the background, dude. It was just, I was like, man.
I have pretty much almost everything I need just to film random stuff here.
Oh yeah, house. That's amazing. That is amazing. I'm trying to think. God, I had this question. I've literally been writing stuff. So if there was one, since this is a good question, and I asked my last one, if you had to experience one Halo for the first time all over again, which one would it be?
I probably would have to say I'm going to say Halo Reach again. Just because of you don't expect seeing Cat die and everything, like the deaths always hit you by surprise, especially in the first go through. You just don't expect it.
Oh, 100%.
And the music and everything about it was like complete 180 shift on the vibe of all the other Halo games. Like they would talk about everything being hard and like a struggle, but when you're playing as Chief, you're bringing in hope, where in Halo Reach there is no hope. Like the hope is gone. And I think if I could play that again and just kind of forget my brain, just restart all that, I think I still would go through that. It's like, man, this is such a good game.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely the reach like, man, yeah, when I was seeing, because it was like, it for me it made Spartans human. Like it was like they were able to die, and you've seen that, and it was just the craziest thing for me. And I was like, because you're so used to playing Halo, and you're like, oh, like I can just run through like a wraith and a whole battlefield and just be like, oh, okay, cool, but like what's next? Like, and these guys are in the whole storyline behind that was just incredible. And like you said, the sound, I feel like the sound scores in Halo has like they have the best, the best music, the best sounds, like everything when it comes to any game franchise I've ever played. Like they just nail it every time.
Yeah. I still listen all the time. My wife's not a gamer, and she'll start humming the
Really.
Halo theme song or the Lights of Aiden, which is the song that they use in the live action ODST.
I was playing that the other day. It's so funny you say that. I was looking it up. I was like, "What is the name of this song?" I was watching the trailer and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And that trailer was incredible, man. When they were promoing ODST and they played that, I was just like, "Oh, dude, this is gonna be so much fun."
And I've learned a lot of stuff with Offer 3D. He's got a lot of connection to the prop community.
Hmm.
Those suits, a lot of Hollywood magic and low lighting, they were made in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yep.
Wow.
Filmed in, I think it was like filmed in like a nuclear reactor, like an abandoned nuclear reactor. And I forgot what country. I want to say Ukraine, but I could be wrong.
Mm.
But it's just those suits. Cosplayers like it really stands out with cosplayers. There was a lot of movie magic in that,
Hmm.
but the fact that they knocked out 4 suits in 2 weeks and they made one of the most iconic trailers is just crazy.
I remember how it ended, man, and it was like it was just they were right there at that little memorial they made, and then like they heard like a noise, and then he clicked on the side of his visor, and it went all black, and I was like, that is so badass. I loved it. I
I
was
know.
like,
Did you ever
ugh.
see the deleted scenes?
No, I have not. I don't think I have.
Go look those up. They have deleted scenes. I think Machinima, the
Yep.
old Machinima, had exclusive access to show it.
Mhm.
But you have scenes of them going down a corridor, like a tight little hallway,
Mhm.
and then they're all in formation, and then a brute comes up to them, and you see like it's all foggy, and they just unload on him, and he just drops dead.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. I love it. Oh my god, yeah. I'll definitely have to. I'm about to make a note of that right now, actually, because that was like one of my favorite like promos, aside from like earlier when you was talking about the Halo 3 Believe one. That one was just, dude. That one was just. Oh, you felt it, and it's just like in the music, you're just like, oh, ooh, okay,
Yep.
I like this.
That's
Uh,
most of my work. All my work is inspired by that trailer for
really.
toy photography. That's yeah. My goal is to make my own version of one of
Hmm.
that, but in I want to say the typical corporate thing in a modern audience. But I think I can do something bigger.
Hmm. I believe it, man. I could tell. I can, and the thing is, like, I could tell. Like I've said it before, like you guys love what you do because I mean, it just shows in the work. Like nothing's sloppy. Everything's like on par with like you all did your research and you all are just killing it. And I'm really excited to see. Like you said, I know you got in like NDA. You can't talk about the future projects, but man, I just want you to know I am super excited and really looking forward to what you guys have coming up because it's such a cool thing to see.
Yeah, I think we're gonna surprise some people, especially some cool news that popped up.
Hmm.
I'm happy with it. It's gonna also be easier on our filming schedule,
Hmm.
but the results are they're gonna be cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's when you were saying it was because the first time I had heard of you guys was actually I think it was Uber Nick was watching a video and he was showing I think it was the film and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, this is so cool. Like,
Oh, is that the collaboration he did where he just cut out halfway through and it cut to us?
I think it might have been I think because he was streaming it live. I feel like
Oh,
that. I feel like it might have been that or oh god, it's been a year. It's been like a year, so I'm super bad about memory, but I feel like yeah, it had to have been something similar to that, man, because it
it
was
basically
so
there was
cool.
no context, right? Like,
Yeah,
or did
no,
he actually?
none. It was just like boom, and it was just like what? I was like, what just happened? And then it kicked on. I was like,
Yep,
oh, this is so
yep,
sick.
yep. Like I love the Halo community for that because he didn't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the efforts on collaborating with all these big content creators. I'm like, hey, we just have this. It's just like a fun thing to do to get the Halo community's attention.
Mm-hmm.
Just drop it in your stream or on your YouTube video and don't say anything. It would just
Mm-hmm.
be fun that way. Let people figure it out.
Yeah, let people put the pieces together.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And I believe Jumperscape edited our trailer. I'm like, man, y'all did a great job. I actually looked like forced to reckon with. I memorized the whole monologue that I had to do. Like, it was a long monologue. I memorized all of it, and we ended up using bits and pieces, which is fine.
So here's another question too. When it comes to from because I've never been an actor. I couldn't. I give it
Neither
to
have
people
I.
that can.
That was my first time.
Yeah.
Ever.
See. So like, what was the hardest part? Is just kind of memorizing lines and kind of knowing what to do and when to say and or.
Just know when's coming with the other people. And I think when you're working with the professionals, they'll understand. But with a bunch of buddies getting together, trying to just shooting the shit to have fun and getting into it,
Mm-hmm.
when you're on camera, everyone has to be serious. Like, you are that person until
Yeah.
they say cut. Then y'all can joke around and fuck around. Like, you did that as funny. But
Right.
when it's rolling, you are that person. It will make a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Memorizing your lines will definitely help. Communicate with the director on what is their vision versus what you think it is. So our director originally wanted my character to basically be just a propaganda mouthpiece similar to Alex Jones.
Okay.
He's like, I just want you to spit shit and just sound crazy. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And I'm like, that's not interesting. So I did kind of fight with him on it to push it more. I'm like, I think we can do more interesting. And I convinced him that through story-wise, what if my character was a Oni Section 2 defector? So in Oni Section 2, they are in charge of the propaganda. They're the ones that create the propaganda that Spartans are never killed, they go missing in action.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what if he defected to the insurrectionist? Wouldn't that be more interesting? Mm-hmm. That he's spreading the propaganda and the things he's saying. If you're a Halo fan, you know what he's saying is true.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like he might have access to that. That would also make sense if this is pre-Spartans. Mm-hmm. Why would the Oni send out these ferrets, which are Unicy hitmen that work for Oni? Why would they send it out for a character like me if I'm just spreading random propaganda? They wouldn't care.
Right.
But if my character's a defector, now that's a problem.
Yeah. No. Then now you're an issue, and they need to take care of you. I love it. I love it because it's just like man, and it goes to like, man, like with the Halo series, and like I was excited, man, because I remember when it was way back. It was the Halo. It was either before Halo 3 had released or it had already released. But there was a film that was made, and I remember Bungie was promoting it, and it was like I thought they were making a movie, and I think it was
Forward Unto Dawn.
Was it for? Oh God, I can't. I don't.
There was Forward Unto Dawn, and then there was Nightfall.
Nightfall. No, wasn't Nightfall. Oh my gosh, I can't. It was like back in 2007 or 2008. I remember it like it was like a YouTube video, and they had made it.
Landfall.
Landfall. Yes, it's Landfall. That was the one.
Yep.
And
Neil Blomkamp.
Yep, and I was so thrilled because I was like, dude, they're about to make a Halo, and I'm like geeking out. So, being 29 and now they brought out this Halo series, I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. And I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Like, I'm confused, man. What's going on? Like,
why is there butt cheeks here?
Yeah, yeah. Why is there butt cheeks, and why is he on a Tinder date? I don't get it. Like, I'm lost, brother. What's going on?
I know. Like, even ignoring all the weird plot stories and everything, you can. I called it for season 2.
Mm-hmm.
The events of season 2, 100% is Master Chief's fault because he slept with that Covenant spy, and she gave out the location.
Mm-hmm. And what happened?
That is, yep. I'm like, that is. Why is that? Why did you guys write that in?
Yeah.
you guys got to find a way to fix that, and they didn't. They just kind of winged with it because, like, hey, let's just do the Fall of Reach, and then due to budget cuts, we're just going to show hallway scenes.
Right. So,
but that was that.
Yeah.
Covenant spy sleeping with her.
And like,
Master Chief.
And like this was just me kind of like watching it, kind of being like watching it as like a person who's never. I try to watch it as like a person who's never seen Halo, doesn't know Halo. And what did you think about like when he was taking his helmet off? Kind of repetitive. Like obviously in combat scenarios that was dumb. I don't know why he did that. That was so ridiculous. But when like, no, go ahead. You're fine.
Oh, so I actually did send a tweet to Pablo Schumer, and he liked it, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that his helmet always coming off was strictly due to contract stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He is old-fashioned and probably just wants his face to be out because it gets better roles. But this was probably at a time when Mandalorian just popped out, and they probably were too invested, and the contract was already done. That's my guess.
Okay.
That's my guess. I'm probably not correct on that. I don't know behind the scenes.
Right.
But my wife, again, doesn't know anything about Halo except I like it, and green robot guy, right?
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Yeah. So
if it makes you feel any better, mine called him. Is he like Darth Vader? So if it makes you feel any better.
Actually, like Halo and Star Wars, they all look the same to me. Like,
yeah.
Oh, well. So I tried to get her to watch it.
Yeah.
And even she said, "Why is he constantly taking off his helmet?" Like it was just dumb of how often he did it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So it's like one thing if you're gonna do it, but when I tweeted Pablo Schumer, I told him like if you're gonna have your helmet off, like even in the books they do take off their helmets. That's just something that people need to realize. But the psychology behind them is their armor keeps them safe, and when they wear their armor, they keep their Marines safe. People do not die when they are around, so that literally is probably their emotional armor as well. So when they take off the helmet, there needs to be a purpose.
Yes.
That's what I tweeted to him, and he liked it.
He did like it, so he did see the.
Yeah, I'm like, it's gonna come. I think it was like a Spartan shield, like the Spartans in their shields. Like him taking his armor off, his helmet off, is like lowering your shield. You're gonna be vulnerable. And
he's like just in the middle of a firefight. He's like, "No, I don't care." like,
no, my favorite is him running as the whole building's falling apart, and he takes off his helmet to look into the sky all dramatically. While rubble's falling apart.
I know exactly the scene you're talking about because as soon as you started going, I was like, I know exactly the scene you're talking about.
Yep. And then Cortana can factory reset him. That's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just stop. Yeah. He's like, Cortana, stop him. But he just like stops midair and just like drops. And it's like, what? Like, how did that even happen? Like, okay, I guess. Hey, but I heard they said that they didn't play the game. They didn't like read up on anything. They just kind of was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna read a couple things on Google and then I'm just gonna run with it. They just wanted to make their own universe. I think was the whole thing behind it. I guess.
Yes. Ish.
Okay.
So Kiki Wolfkill was essentially she was the showrunner. She was the person that was the balance between the game and the TV show. So a lot of decisions were made on her end. And I think I read an article that I can't find anywhere. They probably deleted that one. But she wanted to make the next Game of Thrones.
Oh, wow.
And that's probably been deleted for obvious reasons because she probably did. So I think the people, they interpret that as, the way I interpret it as soon as she saw that, you're going to have unnecessary drama against the humans. It's going to be more human on human. And betrayal for no reason. That's not needed. And I would joke about them being naked for no reason, and that happened too.
Yeah.
As for the silver timeline and why they did that, silver is short for silver screen. So silver screen is the movie TV lingo. So silver timeline. That's literally why that is called that. That's from them.
Oh wow. I never knew that. But like I guess in my head too, I was thinking it because I was like I said, I was looking at it like I've never heard of it before, and I was like, okay, so I guess the idea of it with him taking his helmet off is they're just trying to put a face to the character. That way, it's like, okay, we can do this because like me personally, I love the whole silent antagonist. Like I loved him in CE where he didn't take his helmet off. Like he didn't do, or well, of course he never took his helmet off even to today. But like it was just like he didn't say very much. You know what I'm saying? But now this one talks a ton, takes his helmet off, and you see his ass cheeks in like the second episode, and you're like, brother, what did I miss here? Like what this is At that point, I was just like, okay, I'm checked. I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is. I did like the action scenes though. I can give them that at least. Like the action scenes for me were pretty cool. But I did see a video. I forget whose it was, but they were going over like a fight scene, and it looked like I guess it was. I think it was either Kai. I think it was either Kai or Riz, and they just like blew this jackal's head off with a plasma pistol. But the plasma pistol at one shot was finished, and in the second one it was unfinished. Like it was just like a plain tan color or something like that. And I was just like, oh wow.
So my toy photography work got the attention of I think one of the supervisors for the VFX.
Okay.
I feel bad for those guys. Like props to them. Anyone outside of the writers were the biggest Halo fans you can have to work on the show.
Mm.
Outside of the writers and the showrunners,
Mm-hmm.
because those people added the detail within the limitations they can. And we're talking like minutes to airing.
Mm-hmm.
They were working on VFX shots like 30 minutes before they went live.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Right. Yeah. So that's like a little thing that they kind of let me know. A lot of the lighting and stuff, like why the profits looked really good is because I think the top half is practical. So it's a puppet, and then it's like, or no, I think the bottom half. So the head is VFX, while the rest of the body is a puppet.
Oh wow. Huh.
Or something. I could be getting it mixed up, but it is half puppet, half VFX, and that's why it looked really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it did look incredible.
Yeah.
That was wild to see them remake, because I was curious how they were gonna remake like the Covenant, like how they were gonna remake the Elites. And the Elites armor though, I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely different. And I was like, because I was me, I'm just expecting like, because I'm thinking
They got rid of the color ranking.
Yes, yes, and they did have one that was like a reddish color because he broke through. But yeah, no, they didn't have. I thought we were going to see blue, red, orange, all that, and we did. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, we got to do what we got to do, I guess, But I guess part of me is grateful though too that we did finally get like something on the big screen. But although it wasn't really what we wanted, I guess it's just a little kid in me that was just like super excited to see something Halo again.
Well, then you can thank The Last of Us and Sonic that just comes out and like, oh look, we can do a good live adaptation. Oh, and Arcane.
Mm-hmm. The Fallout series got a really well like response too. That was another one I've seen.
I know it's forgetting one. Yes, Fallout was like, I didn't play Fallout, but I was hooked on the show. Same with The Last of Us. I think they did a pretty good job with the risk that they took. I think they did a pretty good job. And Arcane, I don't know anything about League of Legends. I'm all in on Arcane. All in. Like, that is amazing show.
I have yet to watch that, but I've heard really, really good things about it. Like I've heard people say like everything about it's awesome. Like they love it, and I'm just like, well, I might need to check it out.
Yeah, it's worth it. And season 2, I think, comes out in November. Like you'll be all in on it. Like I don't know anything about Arcane, but from what I've heard, they'd said it's pretty accurate to the games, and the story really fucking good.
Huh. That's all I need, man. I don't. As long as it's got a good story and you can hook me on like the first episode, I am totally okay with that.
You'll be hooked on Arcane.
I'll be hooked, and I'll be like, hey man, just letting you know, I'm locked in, dude. I'm sitting here locked in on a Tuesday night, like.
Yep. The people who do the animation, they put some serious work and passion behind the animation. Like it's good. There's a lot of purpose behind their animation. Everyone has a purpose, and all the animation, the little details. There's a reason for it.
That's so with I was always curious about VFX, because sometimes like some VFX is just like you could hardly tell, like you said, like with even with like the profits, like half and half, like that is that kind of like normal now? Is a lot of stuff moving as far as filmmaking, you think, toward like CGI, VFX and such like that? Or
I wish.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know on any of that. I just know that the best looking ones are, like, honestly, the less work that VFX artists have to do, the better that everything's gonna look. Like, because the more work that a VFX artist has to work on, the more of a time crunch they have, and then people are gonna change things, and it just adds up and wastes time. Where if you just have them polish and clean stuff up, it's gonna look amazing, and then everyone's happy, and then they probably save more money in the long run too.
Oh yeah, no, I believe it because
Um,
it just looks expensive.
yeah, yeah, like that's end up what happens too. Like you can have Marvel wastes all their money is because they go too heavy on the VFX, but then they give them the tightest deadline.
Mm.
But if you watch like the creator, or Godzilla minus one and the creator, they have VFX artists. I think both the directors were very skilled in VFX, making VFX shots. So when they're the director, they know exactly what they want, how long it's going to take,
Hmm.
and we're able to minimize the budget, and yet the effects look incredible. I saw the creator and Godzilla minus one in IMAX,
Hmm.
and I'm like, that doesn't make sense on how good it looks on such a low budget. Godzilla
Hmm.
minus one, I think, was like 10 million.
10 million. That's it, and they made that. Oh my gosh, that's.
I know the beach one, or not the beach, the scene where he like sticks his mouth out from the boat. You can
Hmm.
see the sun and all the veins sticking out because the sun's reflecting off his like the veins in his mouth.
Hmm.
I thought that was a practical shot, and no, it was all VFX.
Wow, that's crazy. That's like. It, it's crazy because I know like I've seen like videos of like just like there was this one guy who said he was like I took VFX he remade like a Halo trailer, but he was like I've studied VFX my whole life, and he ended up making his own, and I was just like, oh my god, this is incredible. Like this
Was
is
that Halo VFX guy?
no, this was like a total this
Okay.
was like some group that does it, but they do like different types of VFX challenges. Like their viewers will send them and stuff like, hey, remake this, and they'll just do it, and it's wild.
That's cool.
But Halo VFX, man, that guy, that I like Charity Falls. I am hooked on like, and then he made his own trailer, or was it? It wasn't trailer. It was oh my gosh, what was it? It was like I remember Chief about to fight a scarab, and it just cuts.
Yep.
That one, dude. Oh my
And
goodness.
also like for his professional career, if there's
Hmm.
like a high like Hollywood blockbuster, chances are that dude's probably worked on it
Yeah.
and stuff. I'm like, what have you not worked on? He's like,
Y-
oh look, you like that one suicide bomber robot from the creator? Yeah, that was me. Or something from Mission Impossible. I did that one scene. Like you always somehow work on some of the coolest parts in these movies.
Yeah.
Like,
You- it's, he like yeah, but dude. I remember seeing his work for the first time, and I can't remember exactly who played it or who put it. Who, but someone was playing it on their stream, and I was just like, "Wait, this guy makes." You're kidding, and I was just like, I was just immediate. I was like, dude, that I mean, that's gotta take. I watched one of his streams because he was streaming like his workflow, and I was just like, dude, that's a insane workflow to even do something like that.
yeah. I know in our group, the one thing we don't have is a VFX artist. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we double down on our practical effects
Mm-hmm.
and just trying to like, hey, how hard could it be to just dabble into it? Yeah, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
We need a VFX artist. But with the quality that we have, like we have to have a professional, and obviously they don't work for free. So I'm like, man,
Yeah.
that's our struggle right there. Is our new method should help us get some funding from YouTube and start actually getting monetized, so we can invest more
Mm-hmm.
into a VFX artist and getting bigger, and maybe and then finally continuing our short film
Mm-hmm.
and doing bigger projects. So
Yeah.
we've kind of readjusted things to fit with a way where we can still do live action within our limitations. So
Right.
that way we can monetize and actually grow and get bigger.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, dude. I am. Y'all got a fan in me for sure because, like I said, whenever I first seen like the thing with Uber Nick playing uh, the trailer, or it was was it the hijack, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
playing that, and I was like, dude, this was. I mean, this was genius. This was incredible. I loved it. I thought it was the
You,
coolest thing. So
that idea popped in my head randomly at work, and I'm
randomly
like,
at
hey,
work.
what if we did this? What if
Yeah.
we did this? Uh, and they call me the idea fairy, but
The
I
idea
have,
fairy. That's
yeah,
awesome.
I got a bunch of ideas, but the way I work is like my ideas have purpose behind them. Like
Hmm.
I'll even think about budget. I'm like, hey, what if we do this?
Hmm.
And here's how much it probably will cost. Here's
Hmm.
what equipment we need. I'm thinking about this camera angle. We can do it.
Hmm.
Let's knock it out, man.
Yeah, we could do this. No issue.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. I don't know I, what kind of brain that is, but
Hmm.
that's how I work.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome. I mean, hey, you think it and you act on it. I'm most people, dude. I got voice memos like in my phone. I have like 20 voice memos because I'll think something throughout the day, and just being like, instead of writing it down, I'm like, okay, and I'm like sitting there because I drive like trucks for a living, so I drive these big trucks around, and you'll see me like pulled over on the side, like I'll be like just talking in my phone, and it's like they're like, who the hell? He's not even talking to nobody. And like, you don't know, man. I've done it in one of my accounts too before. I was like in the cooler and I was just sitting there talking, like just blabbing into my phone. And the guy was like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm good, man. I'm working." He's like, "Okay, I'm just making sure." um,
I can relate on that.
yeah, this is
I
it.
have the ADHD.
Yeah, I've never been diagnosed, but I'm so convinced that I have it without a doubt. What you got back? As I say, what you got back there?
So one thing I'll talk about real quick will
Yeah,
be
absolutely.
props again.
Yeah.
So this is like a backpack that I made that I learned from Vulture Productions.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the Insurrections backpack.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cereal box.
Is it really?
Those $10 cereal boxes from Walmart. So
Huh.
I added like a bunch of stuff to it.
Yeah.
See, there's a little cereal box right here.
What? That is wild.
And I'm like, hey, this would be cool for Insurrectionist backpack. Give it that little look to it. It had like this chest piece that have like this part right here is
Mm-hmm.
one of the indents from those cereal boxes. And I was able to kind of give it the illusion that it's like a radio
Mm-hmm.
pad.
That's incredible. Yeah, I would have never thought in a million years that would have started from a cereal box and like at all. Like I was like, okay, that was like handmade tin, metal. Like you have something there. Like that's that's crazy. I love it.
Nope. Almost everything nothing here that I have is legit. Like
Yeah.
even this, it's fucking rubber knife.
Wow. I mean, it has me fooled, man. I'm easily fooled, man. So I thought for sure I was like, oh, this is that was I thought you were. I was like, hey, brother,
Yeah,
you're
on my
good, man.
social media, I'm always when I post my cosplay stuff, I always get flagged, but because of weapons.
Oh
It's
my
fun.
goodness, yeah,
Um,
that's insane.
what other things do I have? Oh, my boom coat pistol.
Yeah, if you have any props you'd like to show off, brother, feel free, dude. I'm all for it.
I mean, this is just like the old, like before Nerf took over. I just
Mhm.
spray painted it.
Oh, okay.
So small, but I have small hands, so
Hmm.
it fits me fine. But as for props, I mean, oh, show my insurrectionist rifle. Oh, that piece fell off. So this is what I made for the insurrectionist, like an older one.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna repaint it. So these are the Nerf ones.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
They're all Nerf.
Gotcha.
So this is unpainted, and then versus painted that I did, and I got a bunch of these laying around everywhere.
That looks so good, dude. So like, how long does it take you to like? How long does it take you to paint something like that? Like just to repaint it, give it a new skin, and it just looks like as good as it does. Because that looks, I mean, to me, that looks really, really good.
Painting wise doesn't take long. It's letting the paint cure,
Okay.
and then having the patience to wait for it to cure. That's the killer on me. I'm not a patient person, but I have to learn to wait for the paint to completely dry off and then cure, and then I can go on to the next step.
Hmm. Yeah, because
And then adding the weathering too. So like right here, it's just dirt. I just
Mhm.
add dirt, let it dry off, which Vulture Productions taught me that.
Mhm.
Dirt is the way to make your props and costumes really stand out. If you are going to do something tactical and military like, shove
Mhm.
dirt on it, let it dry off, and then brush it off.
Hmm. That's that. It looks good, man. Like everything looks really, really good.
I even did the same on this. So this was a shoulder piece made by someone else,
Mhm.
and top part broke.
Okay. I was meaning to
So
ask that too. I was like, I was curious about the shoulder pad.
yeah. Well, I'm trying to figure out like lore-wise, Insurrection stole a lot of stuff. So how would I do this?
Oh.
I'm like, they probably would have stolen it and
Mhm.
then repurposed it.
Right.
But this top piece broke off, so I just repainted it and added like all these little details onto it.
So is it like it's not like it's not a foam, is it? It's a like a
3D, this one is 3D printed, so
it's
this
three
was
from
from someone else.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, this is like an extra piece that I just had laying around. I'm like, oh, this would be good for Insurrectionist.
Mm-hmm.
And then I added a Dremel tool, and I cut it like right. Yeah, all
Oh
these like
yeah.
little cuts and everything, and then add a black around here with the chrome. So now it looks like it's been
Battle
blown
worn.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
battle worn. Have it like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Gives it like a cool look. And then I'm coming up with a redesign on the Insurrectionist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really leaning towards Vietnam era with UNSC
Ooh.
parts.
Ooh, I like that.
So I figure a lot of the gear we could use either Viet Cong or American, and you just throw on some
Mm-hmm.
UNSC parts, and then boom, you're an insurrectionist. Because I think that's realistically, if they were real, that's what they would do. They were just a ragtag people
Yeah.
that took advantage of the environment.
Mm-hmm. They were able to repurpose everything, no
Yep.
matter what you gave them.
And steal everything. Like I'm like, let's just do that.
I
That's gonna
wish
be.
I wish they would have touched more on like insurrectionist in the games because as far as it got, it was like that one little dialogue scene you got from Halo Reach, and it was just like the girl because you ran up to the farm and they were just like, oh, the insurrectionists were just here and this and that, and it was just like that was it. I felt like, and I was like, dude, I wanted to know more
So,
about them.
I know. And funny enough, the mission where you meet the militia,
Mm-hmm.
and June's like, "Oh, these were stolen." Um, though that is probably the best look that you're gonna get for the insurrectionist design, because in lore that those militia were always um, confused. Like the UNSC always confused that local militia as insurrectionists.
Mm,
So
really?
when you see them and all their little gear that they wear, that's probably what the insurrectionists would wear.
Hmm. That's wild.
They have like fishnet boonie hats,
Yeah.
weird goggles and everything. I've looked into all that. You name it, we probably looked into it. And
Oh,
I got no life, so I dug into everything that I could think of.
dude, I love the like detail that you all are putting into it. Like I said, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to it because it's really cool. Like I said, it's really cool that like people are still like it's cool to see people share the same love that I've had for this franchise since I was a kid. And like I told people all the time, I'm like, if you had told a young me like 8 years old that I'd still be playing this game at 29 and still loving it to this day, I would have been like, there's no way, right? Like I would have found something else to do and been done with it. But like to this day, like I tell myself all the time, like, bro, I couldn't do nothing else. I really couldn't. I love reaching out and finding these different creators and finding different creatives that do great things and just don't like that don't get the exposure that they deserve. And I just love shining a light on that and showing people like there's great people out there and like let me help show you how great and what they do. Like it's just incredible. So I really appreciate you all like doing all the stuff that you all do, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Like really, seriously, thank you on that.
Absolutely.
I like to show a different side of Halo because I know a lot of people play the games, and I mean
Mm-hmm.
the game's been out for 20 years, so there's only so much you can do, especially with people like Mint Blizz that will do anything they can to find ways to break the game and do cool shit that it's probably been done. You think about it, it's already been done.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to try to go the different route, more in the
Mm-hmm.
marketing side and live action stuff, and with my toy photography. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think this is a spot that it's a niche area, but a spot that people don't really know too much about. So when they come across my work, I hopefully I inspire them. They dive into toy photography as well.
Mm-hmm.
Expensive hobby though. I'll say
Yes.
that.
Oh yeah, I believe it, man. Because your sets, they look incredible. Like it's just, and like I said, I know it's no easy task just even to get them all set up and doing it like certain the way you want them to stand, and even just getting to building the environment around it. Like I'm sure it's a tough job to do.
I've gotten used to it. On average, with my basic shots, it can take me 20 minutes from start to finish.
20 minutes from start to finish.
Yeah, fully edited, ready.
Hmm. Oh wow, fully edited too. That's man. Yeah, because you said it's like what 90% practical and 10% kind of just little small edits.
Yeah, like that's why I've recently posted where I deleted a bunch of my stuff. I'm like, I want to start over,
Mm-hmm.
mostly because I've gotten too complacent. I'm not challenging myself anymore, so I'm gonna redo the way I do things. And my more recent post of the ODST stuff is my way of doing it. I'm simplifying my work, but I'm putting more onto the figure and the subject.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually harder because I have to think about what I'm gonna do now and not rely on a cool backdrop or prop that I worked on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, man. I could, like I said, like just like you're all's like your work shows that like you really care about what you're doing, and like you can't fake that.
Yeah.
So, trying to see if anybody else in chat has any questions as far as related to what you're doing. So, chat, if y'all have any questions, feel free to type them in here and let them know, because we've been
And give me
Yeah.
1 minute, because my dumbass forgot to plug in my charger, so I'm gonna go grab my charger real quick. And we'll get
Absolutely.
ready.
No
So,
worries. Absolutely.
I'm an open book.
Yeah, absolutely.
So give me 1 moment.
Absolutely. Hey, you guys, I told you guys were in for a treat, man. I like this was incredible. Just like even the opening, like just opening up and like seeing like his setup, bro. Look, like that's incredible. I love that. That ODST in the back, that's so badass, bro. Like you all, I'm gonna put all their links in the description of the video and in the chat as well afterwards, because I don't have none of the links. I should have done that before, so I'm sorry. By the way, shout out to Rhythm for the raid. Shout out to Red Phoenix, Misbehaved Lady for the follows. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much. Seriously though, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to ask, because like he said, he's an open book. He's more than happy to answer any questions. No, I'm super thrilled and super honored for him to even come on here and just chat. I'm really like, dude, this is so dope, and I really feel like what they're doing is just great, and they're making something great, and I just want people to recognize it. So, but yeah, no, man, they sorry, voice is all over the place.
Ooh, there we go. That was kind of close, down to 2%.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. I've done that before, man, where I didn't even realize like my stuff was going dead, and then it was just too late at that point. It was just shutting off. So, was it your laptop battery that was going dead, or was it your?
Yeah, my laptop.
Oh Lord. Okay. Yeah. I can't. I gotten to the point now with my laptop. I can't even. Like, I can have it off the charger, but it'll last me maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and that's it, because it's been so used to being plugged in for so long.
Yeah, mine was more than halfway charged. I'm like, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll
and
make
I
it.
didn't pay attention. Yep.
Yeah, that's always me for everything. I'll make it. It'll be okay. We'll be all right.
I know my laptop. We got a couple more miles left.
Yeah,
don't worry.
Don't worry. She's only
just because it says E. We're good.
We still got 10 more miles, man. Even if the low light comes on, we're good, man. We still got 10 more miles of this.
Yep.
I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? I had something. I had a question, but I totally. Sorry, man. My brain fog has been all over the place. Work was so busy today. It's been absolutely ridiculous. I'm trying to think, because it looks like nobody in chat's talking. It looks like they're all kind of hanging out, lurking. I think they're just in awe at the moment is what's going on. So,
okay.
No worries.
Oh, so yeah. I guess, well, Jazzware rifle. So you see my photos of my cosplay. I started, I don't know how, but the silenced Nerf gun.
Okay.
Or the silenced AR. Nobody's really done that, I guess, or they kind of, but they haven't thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can see it, so what I did with this is it was a regular.
Oh, okay.
Jazzware gun, and then I grabbed the SMG from the ODST figure, and then I cut a hole or melted a hole in it. So now, I have the silenced one.
That's wild. I would have. That's a silenced AR would be so crazy in today's Halo. That'd be wild. Yeah, no, you're fine.
This is my pride and joy. It's again Nerf gun.
Yeah.
But.
Oh, you got
silence.
Wow.
And then I put a washer on here so it actually looks like real. But I didn't. It fell off because that's fine. So November Black has the suppressor wraps on theirs, so I'm like, I'm gonna copy them. So yeah, this whole suppressor wrap, that's all them. That was their idea that they came up with. I got for the Nerf gun. So this is my Nerf gun.
Right.
I also have a flashlight in here. Is it
Mm-hmm.
the battery died? Oh, nope, there it is.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. See, we got the strobe on it too. I hear you.
Yep. And then on this end,
Mm-hmm.
working laser pointer.
Wow. I love
That
it.
I attached rifle rail, but just for aesthetics,
Mm-hmm.
red wire. Does
Yeah.
nothing. I just glued the red wire on because it looks cool.
I like it.
And then a pick box right here. This is all fake. It's just a prop one with a
Mm-hmm.
red wire glued onto it. Because again, the red wire just adds like a little flair to it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Makes
then
it pop. Uh-huh.
this little dot sight
Whoa.
right here. That's a camera dot attachment for cameras. It's an Olympus EE1 for cameras.
Uh-huh.
So I came across that. So now,
Wait,
like, this is the most Halo thing you'll see.
that's wild looking.
So
What?
I can aim it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push the light over here so you can see it.
Yeah. That's so wild looking. Oh my goodness.
And then, I don't know how close I can get on that.
Yeah.
So it actually has like a dot sight, and it has the battery. But the
Oh,
way I aligned
is it a green dot or red dot?
it,
Okay.
both
Both.
as green
Okay.
and red. But with my laser pointer, I aligned it right to the dot sight.
Dude, that's
And
incredible.
then I added the 101st emblem onto the weapon, which is Vulture Production's little thing.
Oh, okay.
So
I like
this is
it,
like his
man.
little logo.
God.
What else did I do to it? Outside is like a little wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. So I trimmed down the Nerf guns, the magazine. I didn't, if you can see, they use an extended magazine that holds 10 rounds. I
Oh,
moved
okay.
it that way. So this is mine
Mm-hmm.
that I trimmed down. Because if you know, it's supposed to like be flush with the rifle. So I literally trimmed it down. But I also added fake bullets inside it too.
I love it. I love it. So, so you just kind of, like you said, you just kind of made it to where it was more flush with the rifle itself, right?
Yep. So
Yeah.
if you look with this one,
Uh huh.
does that. With mine, obviously it doesn't work anymore, but at the same time it will flush.
Yeah, and it just looks so much better. I like that it's flush. I don't like that it's they extended all the way out. But you got me, man. I might go out and get a Nerf gun this weekend and start just making my own because that looks so cool.
They stopped selling them, so they're hard to find now. But I
Are
got them like they went on sale for like $25, and I just kind of held on to them.
Oh man, yeah, I've
But
seen
yeah,
some on eBay, but I was like, I don't know because I know some people are just buying them just for the codes and stuff. But
check
I just want.
Facebook Marketplace and keep a close eye on them because you could probably get it for like 50 or 70.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely
And
keep a
yeah,
lookout.
if you're in the East Coast, you might actually find one for a decent price in the marketplace. That's
Oh,
the best place to find them.
I'm sure someone down here in Kentucky bought one for their kid, and the kid played with it one time and was like, "Yeah,
Yep.
it's not Jeff Gordon. I'm just gonna give it back."
Yep. I've seen, I think it's in Michigan. There's someone
Mhm.
selling the AR and the Bulldog for $40.
Wow, $40? Because what do they
Yeah.
run like market or like retail? Was it like probably like
You can't. Retail for the Bulldog was like $30, but then you just can't find it. Like
yeah.
they stopped selling that one pretty fast. So I
Okay.
regret not getting that. And then the Nerf went for 60 or 50, and
Mhm.
now they stopped selling it, so they jacked up the price on that.
Yeah, because I know like I seen them come out, and I was like, I seen one at Target, and I was like, it was when I was like, babe, we're just grocery shopping. I said I might grab it, and she's like, you don't need it, and I'm just like, okay, you're right. I was like, let's just go spend
Story of my life.
Yeah,
You
let's
don't
go.
need it.
Yeah,
You don't need it.
let's go spend $200 on groceries, and they'll be gone. It's okay. And I'm just like, I kick myself in the ass for it because I'm like, oh my god, I could add one, and it was just like, whatever, it is what it is. But I have one of the Nerf ARs. Got it on sale from Amazon a few years back. Sparty says, wow, I didn't even know they sold them on Amazon. I thought it was specifically just
Yeah,
on.
they sell them on Amazon. That's where I got mine, was on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can get them used. But on the like Amazon Prime Day last year,
Mm-hmm.
They were brand new for $25.
Mm.
So I took
Okay.
full advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah, oh, I would have too. Dude. I'd probably have a stack of them just chilling in the backpack here. I mean, just to have a customized one, I'd be pulling out every day. Be like, hey man, check this one out. Check this one out. Like just going back and forth to different ones. It just looks like a fun little project to do. Like people got project cars. I would just have my project ARs. And I would just do them all on this little table back here.
Yeah, my garage is pretty much where I do all my workshops, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just my background. The black background is literally a 11-foot backdrop that hide my mess.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I
Yeah.
I used to have a green screen, and I was like, I just don't want people to see it. My room was just torn up at one point, but then I finally was like, all right, this is gonna make me responsible. Like, let me go ahead and move all this stuff and be good, done. So no, I totally understand.
What I think I can show too, I forgot to show it.
Yeah.
Pick up this. It's got the butt pack, which keeps getting caught. So I'm trying to do a Metal Gear cosplay.
Oh, okay.
So this is all the parts. The only thing I'm missing is a
Mhm.
stable harness
Mhm.
and his knife and radio.
Wait.
But oh, there goes the head.
Yeah, it took the head with it.
Yeah. So these mannequins I have don't have a head, so I got a $5 head, and then I drilled a hole into it and shoved a bow and arrow inside it.
There you go. Yeah, that's engineering right there.
It seems to work just fine. So this is my helmet.
Okay. Yeah, dude.
As you can see, that's about as costly as you get.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you can see right there. Like, yes, you can see everything's extra red when you wear it.
Mm-hmm.
I have my name on it, but for me, I wanted the mark of shame.
Yes, the mark of shame. I seen that and I was like, yes, I love it. I love the mark of shame.
I figured if I was to do like lore stuff, like this ODST would probably be cross training with the Arbiter to hunt down insurrectionists, teaming up with those elite pirates. They're like I think the elites in the Covenant that when they disbanded, they became pirates, and my guess they probably would be selling Covenant technology to insurrectionists.
Mm-hmm.
And as my little fake lore,
Mm-hmm.
mark of shame would be like the little mark that they had that they cross trained with the Arbiter.
Ooh. I like that. That's wild. Huh. I like that. That's dope.
Actual mount.
Yeah.
Idea came from Vulture Production. I'm like, oh, I like that because it's plain
Mm-hmm.
without an attachment. The helmet is very plain without the attachment.
Mm-hmm.
But he let me borrow some night vision goggle props they had,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked pretty dope. I liked it.
Oh yeah. No, it looks really, really good, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just like everything looks like it's so accurate. Like it's like nothing you didn't do no shortcut. They didn't do no shortcuts on it. It just looks really, really good.
These are the $10 Spirit Hall wing ammo belt.
The Spirit Halloween. I've seen those before. I was curious. I was gonna ask. But I was like, I don't know, man. I mean, everything else y'all do is just so like I wouldn't be surprised. Like I was like, dude, it looks that good.
Yeah.
Exactly. It looks so good.
I accidentally ripped off the links. So yeah, I individually painted all of them bronze and black. I overcomplicated this probably.
Mm-hmm.
I removed all of the links right here, so the links do come off.
Mm-hmm.
So I removed all the links, painted them matte black, or I think I painted them. What? Nope, I didn't do that. Good. So I painted them matte black, and then I painted all the bullets bronze,
Mm-hmm.
and then I manually tipped every single color, like a green tip or a red tip, which would be the green is armor piercing, and then occasionally a red one is a tracer round.
Mm-hmm.
So all of it has like a green and red tip all around it, and then I weathered it with a silver brush, and then just shoved dirt all over it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like, oh, what if I just wrote it on there somewhere?
It looks. I mean, it adds to it, man. It just looks really good. I have somebody in chat who got here a little late.
All right.
And she was wanting to know who is Mooreshots.
That's me.
Yeah. Well, she's like asking like what you do, and like
Yeah.
I'll let you introduce yourself to her because she just popped in.
All right. Well,
Sorry.
hi, my name. It's all right. My name's Mooreshots. I am a toy photographer, so toy photography is the biggest thing that I do. Let me grab one of the figures. Excellent drop of mine. Oh, he's missing a head. So I got a bunch of like Halo figures. His head popped off, but Jazzwares, McFarlane, maybe a bunch of customs. And I take pictures of them and I make them look cool or realistic. A lot of my photos have been confused with either a cinematic cutscene or cosplay, like a lot of them. And then more recently, last year, I am getting into cosplaying, and I'm collaborating with or working with November Black Productions. So our group is working on bringing video game making live action props for video games, and last year we made a live action Halo short film, November Black, and I played as the antagonist. So that's where you see like all these props that I do. Where I didn't really make some of them, like some stuff I dabbled in, but I have prop friends who are very talented and they teach me some stuff, or they'll give me their leftovers.
It's incredible.
Questions? Yeah.
Yeah, any questions you guys have? Like, here's like I know I had this slide up earlier, but I'm happy to show it again. And it's all the pictures, you know, all the pictures he's taken. He sent me, and I was at work, and I got yelled at because I was sitting there and I kept looking at him. And it's like Austin, you got to work, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Let me just geek out for a little bit, and I'll put the beer up.
If it's the pictures that I message you, half of them are toy photography, and the other half are our cosplay in our suits.
Yes.
So if they're ODST ones from the photos that I sent you, those are from November Black Productions. Those are their polyurethane rubber suits.
The one that just went past was the one in the snow, dude. It was incredible. Like I think it was. Like I said, this thing goes by so fast. I need to slow it down. But
the snow, like my toy photo, or this guy.
It was that guy. No, it was that guy. Dude, that one looks so.
Yeah, that's me.
I love that. That looks so good.
So a little fun fact. Yeah, that was probably like, Ohio snow, Ohio weather. Like when it's cold, it's cold.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It was probably like -5 or something. And I don't have a external monitor on my camera, so that's a 10-second timer, and then wobbling my way up to the tree and posing and hoping that I hit it in 10 seconds, and then running back to check the photo.
Yeah, it's just I understand. I totally get it. I could see.
You already visualize exactly what I was doing.
Yeah.
Running up like having my visor fog up 90% of the time. Like, oh, these photos look cool.
It's so like, because I have the Master Chief helmet I got. I think it's the Jazzwares one. It was at Target. Right, yeah, I think is it the same? I don't know if yours looks a lot shinier than mine, or maybe.
I weathered mine. So.
Oh, okay.
So if you use something from Halo Collector, he said that if you want to get rid of those silver lines that they had, their way of weathering, which wasn't that good, it was you get a scratch pad and lighter fluid and just brush it off, and eventually the silver paint will come off.
Oh wow!
And then you get just a plain, clean look. But what I did was I added more of a brush, so I added weathering. Like I added my own silver touch up to all of it.
Yeah, that looks really good.
And then the usual dirt, like there's dirt all over it that just kind of stuck there. So now it actually looks like he was in battle.
You guys,
I have the one that has the lights.
See, mine don't have the lights, but you guys, look at that. That looks so cool. Like that. Like look at mine. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all his. Right there's his. It looks.
Oh, let me move my light there.
No, look. That's.
There we go.
Look how good that looks, right? And then. I haven't even done nothing to mine. Mine's been slammed off the side of the table. It's been, it's fogged up. I'm pretty sure I've dropped it, and I've just been. Oh man, that looks super dope. I love that you weathered it too. I'm probably about to go drag mine in the dirt when I get off here just to add something onto it because it looks so cool.
Once you get rid of the silver, it really does look pretty good. Even new, like if it's gonna have that new look, it'll look really good. And if you are gonna weather it, I literally just have silver paint.
Okay.
And I just dabbled it in spots. You have to think about where's spots where the paint would come off. Like if
Mhm.
Master Chief's doing something in combat where would
Mhm.
paint come off and chip off, you have
Mhm.
to think about that, and then you just cover it in dirt. You wipe it all off. Like make
Oh
sure you
yeah.
get as much of the dirt off, and then what's left is the spots that you can't reach.
Right.
That's the spots that you want. You want the dirt to be stuck in these like little corners.
Mhm.
That's what helps it stand out.
Oh, dude, that looks so cool. Yeah, Sparty
But
said that puts ours to shame, Austin, and yes, it does. I love it. That looks so cool.
you should have the lights though. It should
I
be
don't
this button right here.
I don't think mine has the lights. I don't
The
know. Mine
GameStop
is.
version
I don't know.
will have a voice and lights, and
Oh
then
yeah.
all the other versions have just lights.
Yeah, no, mine don't have no lights, unfortunately. Mine don't have none. Mine's just
Really?
like the. I think mine was the one we seen at Target, and it wasn't. It might have not been the Jazzwares one. This is
Oh, there's another one that looks
Yeah,
like that. Okay.
yeah. This might have been whatever they were selling because it looks almost the same from like just all around, but it's yeah. No, yours looked because as soon as I seen the visor, I was like, okay, yours looks like super nice. Mine's like clearance aisle, bro.
You, you should be able to get them right now, like
Really?
$50 or less.
Oh yeah, I might.
Yeah.
I just
I think
might.
they're at GameStop or Target again. Like they
Hmm.
restocked them.
Hmm.
Absolutely worth it. Like
Absolutely.
I like it.
I've always
I
wanted
wish
one.
they continued to them. I
Yeah,
mean, more.
I was super thrilled when I bought it because I was like, because I'd never, as a kid, I wanted the Halo 3 Legendary Edition because it came with that helmet, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I've always wanted a Master Chief helmet just to have, like whatever. And dude, I was like so thrilled. I brought it home. I sat it on my desk. I was like, yeah, all this time I've waited for this moment, and I got it. Like, oh goodness.
Um, for all the new people in the chat, this is also Vulture Productions Shy Guy mask,
Yes, that's
which I
super
like.
cool. Yes, yeah, because you said you custom painted that one, correct?
Yeah. So you're not gonna see it, but I have it's grainy, so I put sand on it and spray
Mhm.
painted it, and then I use a Dremel tool to cut all these marks.
The marks in the eyes, I didn't see that when you showed me. That looks super cool.
Yeah. So it looks like unfortunate. Oh, yeah, the battery's dying on this
Hmm.
one. So one of our prop guys, not really the props, but his name is Rodney. So that guy, Rodney, is the first in our short film. He's the first guy to get shot up.
Hmm.
The one with the beard who was smoking a cigarette.
The old guy, yeah.
Yep. He is. If there's like an evil mad scientist with electronics, that's him.
Oh, okay.
He- Guy's crazy in the best ways possible.
Yes.
He's crazy motherfucker,
Yeah.
and just magically a genius with electronics.
Hmm. Never bad to have a guy like that on your side ever.
Nope. Really cool guy. So the scenes that you saw us shooting everyone, which I wanted to get shot. I
Yeah.
wish that was all practical. So behind the camera, there was a guy with a paintball gun, and we had
Oh,
these
okay.
special paintballs. It wasn't full of paint; it was full of dust.
Oh, huh.
And then underneath everyone's clothes was some plastic piece because we found out if he had foam, the ball wouldn't explode. So he needed like something hard. So we put like plastic underneath. Except with our friend Rodney, which the first one getting shot, but he just took it
He just took
multiple times. Yep. He's like, oh, I done paintball. And he just took those shots.
it. He's like, I've been here before. It ain't nothing new to me.
Yep. The war crime of the Asian girl getting shot up, that was my wife. And
Okay.
I pitched for that shot for that scene because
Yeah.
it I don't ask why it ties together, but ADD brain, it makes sense.
Right.
And Star Wars: A New Hope,
Hmm.
right? Episode 4, right?
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
you have that fish alien was speaking a certain language,
Mhm.
and that actually was a real language. I forgot from what country, but the
Mhm.
people from that country were really happy that hey, their language just got seen on a very popular movie.
Hmm.
So that was like a little thing for them. So my wife's Vietnamese. I'm like, hey, I want you to speak Vietnamese before you get shot up. Just like a
Mhm.
little detail. And also, watching war movies,
Hmm.
that straight up will look more like a war crime than if you were to see a dude like, oh shit, don't shoot. Now you're
Yeah.
gonna see a chick who's speaking a different foreign language
Hmm.
getting shot up, and now we just made ODST just commit war crimes, which is gonna get the Halo fans questioning like, what did I just see? they are not good guys now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, they definitely. It's definitely little details, man, that really make
I
the.
I wish we could have released our interrogation trailer. I was so happy with it.
Yeah, man,
Um,
I could only imagine. So is it just kind of like
I'll
sitting in
send
the
you.
vault?
Well, our former director decided to we went our separate ways, and he kept the footage. So
Okay.
it's everything was shot and filmed, but he held on the footage, so it's never coming out. I have a bunch of behind the scenes. We might not release depending on whatever happens with it. But I can show just to kind of tease what we were gonna do. We went dark with it, and I went all out.
Okay.
I'll show you something.
Absolutely, I'm here for it.
All right, where is
Put him on the full screen, guys. That's what we're doing. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Someone lost a thumb, bro. It's game over.
Yeah, we cast in my hand,
Uh-huh.
and then obviously I'm missing a finger,
Mhm.
and then you don't see it, but there's like a giant hole, like maybe somebody shoved a nail in my hand for information
Oh goodness.
and stuff, or punched me in the face, cut off the finger.
And this was a part.
These ODSTs
Yeah.
just did all these war crimes.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Yeah. So this was a part of the. Was this a part of the interrogation scene you were talking about?
Yep, I went all out on that.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
I ingested. They called me crazy because they decided it was a good idea to just actually tie me up.
Yeah.
So if it ever came out, I was tied up for 8 hours while they're the ones complaining how tired they were. So I don't know. I'm sure that there's a meme somewhere like, oh, you're gonna torture me? All right, come on, what are you gonna do?
Right, yeah.
I felt like I wanted a authentic look, so I watched a ton of interrogation scenes from movies. The Punisher is the one that really I latched onto.
Okay.
Was when the Punisher was getting interrogated. I'm like, oh, I want to go on that. But one thing I noticed was heavy breathing, especially when like they get hit or something happens. They're probably gonna go into shock. So to simulate that, you know, did you ever watch Hot Ones?
Yeah.
The bomb hot sauce. We have that.
Really?
My wife and I have that. She feels nothing with that. She's built different. That does not phase her. And I'm like, give me it. I ingested it before our scene started. Like as soon as I get like something gets cut off, right? I'm like, I'm going to ingest a spoonful of the bomb hot sauce. Now it's film.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what happened, but I started laughing a lot. It was pretty funny.
I don't know what happened, but I started laughing a lot. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I went to that level to where I'm laughing, and then one of the people helping me, I'm tied up, so somebody has to actually grab a spoon and feed it to me because my hands are tied like this. I'm like,
yeah, yeah, feed me, bro. Yeah.
Yep. And she accidentally touched her eye, and she had to leave because of the pain. And then everyone else's eyes are all watering because I guess it was humid in there, so the vapor of it. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all complaining about. I'm the one tied up eating it.
I ain't got a choice, man. I'm just here, bro. Like,
I was like, can you all give me some more? I need some more of that. Give me some more.
Oh God. Yeah.
I might have freaked them out at that point. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then Opera 3D accidentally punched me in the face. I'm like, oh yeah, I felt that one.
Yeah, that felt great, asshole.
Yeah. How we forgot to get like special type of fake blood. I just so happened to have like a makeup one, so we had to water it down, and I just shoved a ton of it in my mouth, so multiple scenes. And the texture of that fake blood that's like syrupy and sandy.
God, I bet that sucked, man.
We had to do multiple on that one.
Yeah, you said texture, and I was just like immediately, like I was like, oh, and you started describing. I was like, oh, dude, I couldn't imagine that. Just, ugh.
I'm just gonna keep throwing my fog machine because it's fun.
No, it's cool. I like it. I wish I could. I wish I had it for just random moments. I could just be like,
dude, Halloween's coming up. You can get these for like $20.
Yeah,
that's how much mine costs, and I've had it for 7 years.
I'm definitely just gonna be doing it at random times. I get an overkill. I'm just gonna look at the camera, look deep into the camera, and just hit a.
Exactly.
I love it. So do you
Like,
so do you play the games pretty often? Do you play Infinite pretty often, or just kind of like when you get time? Or
honestly, yeah, I just want to get time.
yeah, I
I
seen you
know
hit
with
the battle pass the other day. I was like, okay, okay.
D double XP, it takes me
Yeah,
like a day or two. Like if you
yeah,
have double XP, you only have to play like 2 days for like 2 hours, and you'll get it.
yeah, 100%.
Uh, but games that right now, what's been taking my little free time that I have, it's been Metal Gear Solid 5. I've been
Okay.
replaying that and just been like, yep, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been replaying all the Metal Gear games, and then before that, it was Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Yeah, I had a friend that played that, and they got like, I mean, you couldn't get them off of it. It was just like deep into it, so I was just like, good lord. But, oh man, no man.
I do play Halo MCC once in a while, but I like
Mm-hmm.
to play all the mods. So right now,
Mm-hmm.
when I do hop on it, I'm currently working on a third-person playthrough for Halo ODST.
Oh, I never played third person. I bet that's really cool. I couldn't.
Yeah, if
They,
you
I,
have the on PC, all the
mm-hmm.
mods are there.
Yeah, I seen. There's one that I did see that someone did a review on. I think it was the Halo 3 Combat Evolved. I guess they
Yeah, I
basically.
haven't touched that yet, but I want to.
I heard it's really really good, but they're still working on it. So they only have like one. I think it's just the Truth and Reconciliation mission. So I mean, but still, I was like, I would love to give it a try. So yeah, no, man, I think it's awesome, man. Like it's super cool. Like I said, there's just so many people here, like in the community. I still gotta find and just be like, bro. Like I've told people I'm open to pro players. I'm open to orgs. I'm open to just like I mean anything and everything. Like if you love Halo and you feel like you want to show your passion, like dude, please, because I'm probably just gonna love it just as much as you are. Like it's super cool.
Yeah, and like I said earlier too, there's a niche for everyone with
Mm-hmm.
Halo, and maybe my stuff might not vibe with certain people, and they lean more towards the esports stuff.
Yeah.
There is a whole community right there for you that can do
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, which is why I like.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
like for me, Halo's, I view it as what it probably was originally intended to be, a
Mm-hmm.
more of a party game with a kick-ass campaign.
Yes.
That's what it was originally intended to be, and that's kind of how I view it. So the
Mm-hmm.
esports is a plus,
Mm-hmm.
but it's never really been a thing for me. I used to be good at it, but not that kind of good,
Mm-hmm.
where I'm randomly spamming the melee button for no reason to keep your fingers, your reflexes on point. I'm like, yeah, I'm
Yes.
not gonna be good. That's not
Mm-hmm.
that's not my level. I'm too
No.
old now.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I feel you, man. I feel like sometimes I'm having a hard time keeping up with some of these people that play because it's just insane how good they are. But
Hmm.
yeah, no, man. I think I mean, if there's anything else you'd like to shout out, anything like I mean, if you have any like anything you got coming up that you'd like to promote, or any socials, I mean, anything. I mean, feel free, dude. The floor is yours.
All right. Well, most of the work that I do is Twitter and Instagram. Um, a lot of times I will be experimenting with random stuff, as you've kind of seen. I
Mm-hmm.
just will drop the most random thing once in a
Mm-hmm.
while. It's more of me testing stuff. But Offer 3D and Vulture Productions, those are the prop guys. That's where the magic happens and where a lot of people probably follow me. It's a lot of it goes to their work. They're the guys that make all the props and have made all the ODST come to life. So if you like all the ODST stuff, like this is not their work. So this one is a Sean Bradley kit you can get on Etsy, but that's the raw kit. Like it's just unpainted, not even cut up. And Vulture Productions like taught me everything, like how to cut it. This is fiberglass resin reinforced. He just taught me like how to do all of that, and now they have made their own suits that's polyurethane rubber
Mm-hmm.
on top of a bunch of other projects. So if you guys like Fallout, New Vegas, they just made some cosplay kits from Fallout New Vegas, and it looks pretty badass. So I'm the social media manager and the marketing guy for November Black Productions. So I want to give a shout out to all the work that they do, because I wouldn't be in that position if it wasn't for them. My biggest thing is I do pictures of toys. So if you like what I do, cool. I'm a toy guy with a camera.
Absolutely. And you do a great job at showcasing them, man. You create great scenes, great work. I'm a fan, bro. I hope we can do this again, man, because I got a lot more. I got a lot more I'd like to talk about, but I got
Cool.
work at 6 in the morning, so I'm trying to like get that sleep schedule right, and it's just like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
fighting that every day. I'm just like, let me stay up till midnight. I'll be okay. Okay, midnight turns to 2, 2 turns to 3. So
Yep.
I'll be sure to put all your socials and all the stuff. I tell people I'm gonna link everybody to that film, bro, because I feel like everybody needs to see it, and it's just it's literally I love it. So
All right.
yeah.
So, with Lilith and the film,
Okay.
that was our first time ever filming anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our first time hitting the ground and acting, camera work. So it is a little rough around the edges. As cool as it is, it
Mm-hmm.
still has a very fan film look to it and rough around the edges. But um, we have been studying a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
next time when we are finally ready to start hitting the ground running and filming again, it's going to be night and day of how different things are going to look. Like
Woo!
we're aiming for the sky
I love it.
with what we're going for, and we have some. I I wish I'll say it, but I can't.
I know it. You got me.
It's gonna be like
I'm a fish on a hook right now, bro.
we are
I'm.
going. We got things lined up that people are
Mhm.
gonna like. What the hell? Like it's gonna match with the TV show
Mhm.
budget. The quality and the things that we have planned is gonna be really fucking good. So a little patience on our end because all this
Yes.
stuff it takes time. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting on them. Things pop up, things change, but we are fully dedicated and still making live action Halo and a bunch of other stuff as well in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But the Halo stuff is still number one,
Yes.
and it's coming.
Yes, dude. It's amazing. Do you someone just commented in chat, Halo Tutor said, "How did Austin get a hold of Mooreshots? Not like I know him or anything."
Yeah, I saw your tweet
Mm-hmm.
go. What you just kind of tweeted it, and it's just one of those random ones that went viral. I'm like, hey, I'm
Mhm.
down to talk to you.
Yeah,
I reached out to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I guess Halo Tutor might know you. I guess he's a fan of your
Yep.
work. Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we know each other for a while.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Hey, like I said, I'm a fan of your work, man. Keep doing what you all are doing. I'm looking forward to whatever y'all got next. I've literally turned y'all's notifications on to keep up to date. So I'm on the lookout for you guys. I can't wait to see what you all do.
Cool. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking time out of your day to come on, man. I know you got stuff, and I'm sure you're busy. So I definitely appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this and chatting with me, just shooting the shit for 2 hours, you know? So
Yeah, it was fun. I gotta go and train my Shepsky puppy. So you've seen that. That's gonna be my cosplay dog.
yes.
I think I've posted that. I'm like, when he is of age,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm going to be selling this pretty soon.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have a ODST K9 handler. That's my next big goal.
Ooh, that'd be
And
fire.
I think with my Shepsky, since
Uh-huh.
he's a German Shepherd with the coat and the eyes of a husky, but he's
Oh,
like a
goodness.
German Shepherd body. I'm like, yep,
Mhm.
you're gonna sell it. You're gonna pay our rent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that he pays our rent.
This is how we get it paid.
Yep.
I love it. Well,
I'll let you get going.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for, like I said, man. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna post all your links down below and everything, so people will reach out. And I like I said, we're gonna show everybody this film. I don't care. I'm gonna share it every time I can. So, but
Well, thank you for sharing that.
absolutely.
Really happy with on how it came out and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of work on that. Like that was my first time being in front of the camera, and I became addicted to it.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
I'm
It's addicting.
I'm looking forward to what we do in the future. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think Halo fans are gonna really like what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got me on the hook, brother. I'm already there. So, but I appreciate your time, man. You have a great night.
You too.
Peace and love, baby. See you.
See ya.
Woo! We did another one, baby. Hey, that was. Hey, can we just say that was? That was awesome. Dude, that was so cool. Like, I was so thrilled about that. Like, I was like, bro, like, because I remember seeing their work back, like, like a year or two ago, and I was like, bro, like, they reached, like, he reached out, and like, on top of that, like, when he reached out to me, he was like, yeah, I did this, but look at my other photography stuff. And like, dude, killed it. Like, I thought it was the coolest thing. I was like, bro, this is so dope. Because I'm a photographer. I mean, I know y'all know, but I'm a photographer too. So like, I can really appreciate someone's work when it goes into making photos and doing all the cool stuff. And like, what he does is like, there's no shortcuts to it. Like, it is like hard. I mean, he says it takes him 20 minutes. If I try to do that with this camera right now, y'all wouldn't see me for like 2 hours, 3 hours. Oh my goodness. Yo, photo gang. What's up, Tyler? How we doing? Oh man, we just wrapped up. That was incredible, bro. That was awesome. I mean, like I said, bro, that was a lot of fun. I'm gonna edit that and throw that on YouTube at some point. Probably sometime this week. I'm still working on throwing accelerates up, which really, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I've been slacking. The work's been crazy. So yeah, but no, shout out to Jackal for the raid. I appreciate you. And sorry for everybody in chat. I know you all. I'm glad you all were able to carry on your own conversations, because I felt bad. I looked down and people were asking questions. I'm like, let me ask this real quick. You know, I got you. So I hope you all enjoyed it, man. Yeah, it was super dope to see and meet somebody else who's putting a lot of work, like, and that genuinely enjoys what they're doing. So, you know, shout out to Mooreshots, man. Shout out to Mooreshots and what he's doing. And I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan. I'm looking forward to what's next. I'm really looking forward to what's next. And when I tell you guys, I'll show y'all the video. We'll watch the video together.